So here you see a picture we took on Bali. It's a beautiful place, you should visit. But did you know that Indonesia consists of 17,508 islands you could possibly visit? There are bigger islands like Lombok, Komodo, Flores, Sulawesi, Java, Kalimantan, and of course Sumatra. So if you're still thinking about going to Sumatra but you're not so sure, I want to give you a brief idea how is it like to travel around Sumatra in this video. Okay, so first of all, Sumatra feels like a little bit rough, like adventurous. There's a lot of jungle nature. There are places where you won't meet any tourists at all, or only a couple. But it's an amazing place. So what you're going to experience on this island you won't forget. It will be pure adventure. So let's start with a couple of quick facts you should know before you go to Sumatra. First of all, the island looks quite big, but it's even bigger than you think. So we had to skip a couple of places. We thought, like, before we went to Sumatra, we're going to see that place, like the very north and then like parts of the very south. Forget it. Focus on a couple of places you want to see. And getting around is not that easy as well. There are no open bus tickets like in Vietnam. You can take like some public buses, but sometimes you don't even know where they go. So sometimes you need to get like private shuttle buses somewhere. Taking buses on Sumatra can give you a hard time. But what makes it even harder is like some places you can only reach by like a one-way street. So for example, the very north, like Banda Aceh, there's like only like one street you could go, and then you have to go like all the way up and all the way down again. This is also like a really long ride, so at one point we just said we're not going to Banda Aceh anymore. I will tell you all the places we went later in this video. So another quick fact, Sumatra was quite touristy for a while, but this is already like a couple of years ago, like more than 20 years maybe, and now you don't have that many tourists anymore. You still have those like main places like Lake Toba, and then there are places where you feel kind of alone. But it's also nice. And what I can tell you as well, Sumatra and Indonesia in general is one of the cheaper places in Southeast Asia you could travel. The people are really friendly. We had like great talks with Indonesians in Bukit Lawang, on Mentawai. But of course in Indonesia it's like a Muslim country. And at some places you really have to adjust to the rules, of course. So there are parts where you have to dress appropriately. And the very north, Banda Aceh, which is really strict about religion, right now they're telling tourists not to go there. So on this map I will show you where we went. So our route you can see here. We started in Medan. This is where you probably start as well, because most of the flights go to Medan. It's a big city. It feels dirty, crowded, and yeah, we didn't really like it that much, so we just stayed there like I think for like one night, and the very next day we try to get out of the city. This is actually the biggest city of Sumatra. If you want to know how it feels like if 2 million people live in one city, this is the place to go. Jakarta is probably even worse. I mean, I love Jakarta, but still, like most of the people who've been to Jakarta say, oh no, I don't want to go there again. So this is what we did in Medan. We just try to get out of there. I bet there are probably a lot of temples, a lot of mosques you can visit. You can have a good time here as well, probably. But once we left the city and when we went to Bukit Lawang, this was like relaxing and totally calming down. This is one of the most relaxed places we ever been to on our whole trip of 9 months. You're just in the middle of the jungle. You have like monkeys around you, monkeys in your guest house if you want to. Just don't leave the doors open, don't leave the windows open. They will come into your guest house or into your room. But this is just this spot where you need to go when you travel Sumatra, because here you can see orangutans. You can do a jungle trek. Be prepared for this jungle trek because it's exhausting. You will sweat like shit over here, but yeah, it was just great. You have great guides. They will lead you through the jungle. You can go like whitewater rafting out of the jungle. Check out the video. There's another video on my channel about Bukit Lawang, how to do the orangutan trek. From Bukit Lawang we went almost like back to Medan and then took the next bus to Bukittinggi, and this bus ride took like more than 19 hours. So like in total maybe like 23 hours. And it was fucked up, I can tell you. I got sick after I left the bus, and I was sick for like maybe 4 days. So We went to Bukittinggi, we've seen a bit. I mean, like, there are some caves, some temples you can visit as well. There are a lot of monkeys as well, some cliffs, some rice fields. It's a nice place. Bukittinggi is also a place where you won't meet any tourists. There are markets like full of Indonesians. It's really nice. You can talk to like students. There were many students who wanted to speak with us, who wanted to know why we're traveling Indonesia. But it was just a great stop like in between. There's some nice restaurants and it's like a good place to hang out for a bit. Don't expect too much over here, but from here you can go like to some places around that area. For example, Lake Maninjau, this is where we went next. And when I felt better again. So this is just like a really big lake as well. It's just like quiet. You have your guest house, which wasn't that clean, but it was just on the lake, and we had like nice Indonesian food every day, and we just hang out, got some massage. We did a tour and we saw the Rafflesia flower, did like some jungle hikes. You have like nice nature all around you, and then from here we went to Harau Valley, which is like similar in the way you feel over here. It's also really calm. You just relax in your guest house and you have like cliffs, canyons, rock formations, waterfalls all around you. Like our guest house was just in front of an like amazing big rock. So you wake up and you see like rock waterfall coming out of the rock, and then there's like only the rice field, and you get like your breakfast on your kind of balcony, and you see like, yeah, just beautiful. You just go for a walk, you can go around here, you can swim like at some pools underneath the waterfalls, and it's also like a great place. So this is what Sumatra is about. It's about being like relaxed for a while, but also having like this kind of adventure jungle hikes. As you could see on the map, we didn't go to Lake Toba or Toba. So this is the huge lake which has an island. But we also heard it's dirty right now. People try to rip you off on the boat when you do a boat tour. Some people gave us the advice not to go there, and we just skipped that part and we didn't have that much time. So yeah, from Harau Valley we went to Padang, which is like kind of a bigger city as well. You have some restaurants over here, you have like even some like universities here, you have bigger malls where you can shop. You have Padang food, which many people tell you to try. We didn't try it because we're vegetarian and there's a lot of meat in there, but yeah, if you're there, try it. And the city is quite modern. It's actually a good place, a little bit smelly every now and then, but it's a good place to go. And here, this is also where you need to go when you want to go to Mentawai Island. So we decided to see like some islands as well, to hang out a little bit. Another island you could visit, which is in the very north, Pulau V. But if you want to go to Pulau V, you need to cross Banda Aceh, which is like the very strict city right now. And yeah, you can dive on Pulau V, you can do a lot of nice snorkeling. That's what people told us, but we didn't do it. So if you want to go there, this is also like one island you could go. But we went to the Mentawai Islands and it was great in a way. The islands are amazing. It feels like the palm trees, they're just like floating on the water, and also it doesn't feel real. So what we can tell you, it's quite hard to go there on your own. Most of the times it's easier if you have a guide or something, like someone who takes you around, because there's a ferry going like twice a week, and when you arrive on the main island of Mentawai, most of the times you need to take like some smaller boats, slow boats, to get like to the actual point where you want to go. It's also possible to do some jungle treks over here to see some indigenous people. But yeah, most of the times you probably need a guide, and most of the guides, they try to rip you off. This is what happened to us. This guy, like the one we booked, he tried to get like so much money out of us. We broke up that tour, and this was really hard because you're stuck on that island with like one guy who tried to rip you off. But yeah, we had some people who helped us, and we still did a jungle tour. We went to see those indigenous people. What you do on Mentawai is you can do like nice hikes, of course. You can also go surfing, but if you want to go surfing, you need to be like professional, because you surf just above the corals. And they take you like on a boat and you get like out like away from the islands and you're like on open water. I did that. I tried to surf. I'm not a professional surfer or anything. I just surfed a couple of times before and I almost died. Seriously, I almost drowned. So if people tell you it's easy to surf over here, don't believe them. It's not. So if you want to go on your own, don't do it alone. People will try to rip you off over here because it's so easy, because you will be stuck on that island, because there are not many ferries going. But it's a great place to go. You will see some very nice corals. You can do some amazing snorkeling over here, so big fish and everything. And then there's this place Ria where we didn't go, where you can go to the Kampa river, and here you can surf as well. You surf on that river. The water is quite like brownish, but the pictures I've seen, they look amazing. So yeah, this is also a place you could possibly visit. But as you see in this video, like I only talked about like a couple of places you could visit. The island Sumatra is so big, it's huge. We also went to some smaller villages in between on the way. I don't even know any of the names. And yeah, it's so big. If I forgot like any important place where you need to go when you travel around Sumatra, and if you know where you should go, please post a comment, help all the other viewers, because yeah, this is all the information I can give you, only information about the places where we've been. If you still don't know where to go in Indonesia and you're thinking about Sumatra, yeah, do it, go to Sumatra. But in general, I would say if you're like a beginner, like Southeast Asia beginner, Bali is of course the easiest way to go. And also like the island Lombok is probably a place where you can travel quite easy. Sumatra is a little bit harder, yeah. You will like have some rough time as well, trying to find a bus, dealing with people try to rip you off. So this will all happen. At the end, you will have a great time over here. If this video helped you to understand how to travel to Sumatra, Indonesia, please give me a thumb up. This really helps me to understand if this video helped you. And if you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button, follow us on Instagram. Here you see more pictures, more places to go. Thank you for watching.